So today, for my project, I'm gonna make like a fun skirt. And this should be an easy follow along one. So I took a pair of shorts that fit me really well. And I'm basically gonna use them to trace a pattern. And these, this is gonna work pretty well because I'm gonna use a stretchy material. So first I'm gonna go like 1/2 by 1/2. And these bottoms are gonna be kind of weird because the way these are sewn, the crotch is not centered, it's like up further for some reason. So I'm gonna have to mess with that a little because I don't want mine to end like that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start at the fly and just kind of trace it. But then trying to keep this, let's see. Also, if you see my hair, it is in rollers. If you don't know why, go watch my video. Okay, so we're gonna go 1 inch on the inside. This is just for me, just because my inseam on these shorts for some reason is not where it should be. Okay, and then coming up to the bottom of the shorts, as well as going across the top of them. My side seam is there. Some different pants. Okay, I don't know where my video cut out. I added 4 inches to the top. I curved this in just a little bit here, just to follow my hip. And I brought in this. And then at the waist, I also brought this in a little bit, just because our stomachs, that should be smaller than the hips. And again, I raised the waist about 4 inches because those were kind of low-rise shorts, and I want this, for the skirt I'm making, to be really high. There's 2 inches on this side, 2 inches on this side, 1 inch on the inseam, about 3/4 inch at the crotch, I guess. I don't really know. At the front. And then that does include the seam allowance for where we'll sew. Okay, so that's the front. We're gonna cut 2. Let's go ahead and trace out the back. Okay, so for the back, let's go ahead and flip these shorts around. All right. The back's always a little bit easier because they tend to be bigger than the front, so you don't have to do quite so much folding. And again, these are gonna be made out of a stretchy material. So this by no means does not have to be perfect. Okay, and if you remember, I had moved mine 1 inch just because these shorts are kind of funky that they really, yeah, it's kind of tricky. Let me measure that. 1.5, like 3.5. My shorts are really tricky because the inseam on them for some reason is really far to the front. Okay, and then I'm gonna unfold this a little. Okay. Sorry, this is probably hard to follow along. Okay, so fold these back in half. There we go. And I need to follow this seam now, and mine's folded in quite a bit, so I'm gonna give myself, or flatten them down as much as possible to that seam, and just keep unfolding as you go. Maybe don't use a pen just in case you draw in your shorts there. There we go. All right. Hopefully that'll be okay there. Just want to even that out a little. And I'm gonna add a solid 1.5 inches on this one just because these shorts are kind of funky when I'm tracing for that. Again, we added 2 on the bottom last time, so let's do that again. And then I did 2 on the outside. Again, because I can always take these in. So I'd rather them be too big than too little. 4 inches. Let's make sure to curve this in at the top a little. For our hips. And at the back as well. Okay, so this is the back, cut 2. And if my first video cut out really bad, hopefully this one will show you at least an idea of how to trace them. Okay, so that is the front and the back. Let's go ahead and cut these out and then we can cut them out on the actual fabric. Oh, you know what? I didn't finish this round, did I? There we go. All right, let's cut these out and then we'll cut them out on the fabric. Okay, so I cut out the front and the fabric, and then the back pattern and the fabric. Okay, so the way we're gonna sew this, we're actually gonna do this curve last. So first, let's do the, I gotta really think about this for a second. So the fronts are gonna go there and there. So let's go ahead and sew this first and this first. Right? No. We want to sew like this. There we go. Okay, so with one of the front and back together, go ahead and go down the inseam. And with the other ones, make sure your right sides are together if you have anything patterned. Okay, and then we'll do the same on this one. And then we just want to make sure that we do have like one of each side going on here. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna sew that first, and then we'll come back to this. Okay, so we have the inseams done. So now we are going to put right sides together. So open one up so that the seam is on the bottom. Sorry, my kids are in the background. And then put the other one on top of it, line it all up nice. Hey girls, come here a second. Okay, and now we're gonna sew the entire crotch. Okay, so go all the way around. Okay, so we sewed the inside, and now we need to sew the legs. So open it up, and then put the right sides together. Okay, just trying to flatten this out a little better. Okay, so we're gonna sew on each side now. So down each side. All right, so now we kind of have some high-waisted shorts. Woohoo! Let's go ahead and iron them real well. We'll try them on and see if we need to adjust anything. Make sure you trim off any edges that didn't match up. And we'll start working on the skirt so we can attach everything. So they actually fit fairly well, but I need to take in the back quite a few inches. So let me just see. The front's okay. Let me get my little tape measure thing to see how much I need to take them in. Actually, I really like these. I'd probably just wear them around my shorts, honestly. Okay, so 2.5 inches I need to take out in the back here, and then obviously I'll even all of that up. We'll just do a nice hem across in those, and we'll have some nice little shorts. Okay, so let me fix that real quick so we can keep going. Okay, so they fit much better now. I need to iron them, but otherwise I think this is good. Yeah, I kind of like these. Maybe we'll have to make just like a pair of shorts like this too. This is fun. Okay, cool. So you can do a hem across the bottom if you want. You can make them a little bit shorter if you want. Leave them the length. And then let's go ahead and draft the skirt that's gonna go over them. Okay, so now I cut 3 yards of my fabric, and then I cut off the first, like the top 18 inches, which is right here, and then I cut that in half. So it's only 1.5 yards now. It's 18 inches long. So this top part, I'm gonna do a basting stitch across the top, and this is gonna be the top part of the skirt. So go ahead and baste across the top now so we can gather it. Okay, so now it's gathered on the top. We're gonna put the right sides together, and we're gonna go ahead on that shorter edge, sew a seam the whole way down. Okay, so now our side is all sewn together, and I actually left, go ahead and leave 3 to 4 inches open if you want that side slit. If you don't want the side slit, don't worry about it, but if you do, just leave that part open. So now we're gonna actually attach all of the top portion. So I have my shorts here. I'm sorry, my lighting is kind of goofy right now for some reason. Okay, so here are the shorts. Okay, and you can decide if you want that slit right in the center, or if you want it kind of put off to the side at all. If you want it in the center or like on the side seam, just line that seam up with the side seam. If you want it towards the middle a little so that while you're walking it kind of opens, just line up that side seam right here. And we're gonna line them up. So this the right side and the skirts are the right side. Sorry, I'm holding my camera in my hand right now. I can't find my little gizmo. All right, so this is right side out now. And my little seam is right here. Okay, so I'm gonna put the shorts inside of it, and I'm gonna line up my little side seam about halfway through that leg right there. And I'm just gonna pin it across the top. Okay, so I have everything pinned at the top here. Just a couple here and there to make sure it all stays together. And again, that center seam is right on down the center of that leg. Okay. Okay, so now I cut another piece of jersey, and I measured around my waist, and that's the length of it, and then it's 16 inches tall. And I'm going to fold it in half, hot dog style. Okay. And then I'm gonna sew the back right sides together. So fold it hamburger style, I guess. And go ahead and sew down that raw edge then. Okay, so now here's the skirt. And here's that portion we just sewed, and you can make this as big or as little as you want, or as tall or as small as you want. And then with the right sides together, we're gonna go ahead, so basically just squeeze it on, squeeze it right onto there. Okay, and with a stretch stitch, whichever one you prefer, go ahead and sew all the way around that band, the whole way around. Okay, so now I have the 3 yards of the fabric, and we're gonna go ahead and baste the whole way across the top. If you don't know what basting is, by the way, you're just gonna open your stitch to about 5 of the stitch length, to about 5, and sew the whole way across, and grab one of the threads and then gather the fabric across it. Okay, so now that this is all gathered, find the opening in the skirt, and starting at the opening, I'm actually just going to place this right on top of it and pin my way around. Okay, I have it pinned the whole way around. Both of the right sides are facing up so that we can see the undone edge across, just so a straight line the whole way across.